explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
And I'm
really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, it's the Orlando Magic as they'll be playing against the Philadelphia 76ers. For Philadelphia, they struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. After a brisk off-season, it's finally upon us, fellas.
What's that?
Opening night.
Oh, tonight's opening night?
Hey,
Those are preseason games.
Shaq, your thoughts on how important it is for a team to get off to a fast start?
Well, early wins gives you confidence.
Oh, do they ever?
Makes you more intimidating to play against.
Does it ever?
I'm so excited. I miss you guys this summer.
Oh, I know. What
I'm
have you
happy
been
to
doing?
be here. I went to China about 59 times.
Yeah.
I went to Cancun 72 times.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the North Pole twice.
Oh, wow.
Wow, how's
so
that?
a pretty uneventful summer for you.
It was bad. I was looking for Santa. I couldn't find him.
Okay, well, you're not supposed to. The fans, the local media, everyone is excited. And I just am excited to be here, start of the season, and you don't want to start slow. You don't want to have any rough patches early on.
What'd you do this summer?
I went fishing.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
Catch anything?
Fishing. Yes, I did. I went to Dubai and went deep sea fishing.
Wow, awesome. So you were traveling all over the place? You go deep sea fishing?
What'd you do?
I cut the grass. It's awesome. Oh, that wraps it up. Let's go courtside.
The starting lineup for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At shooting, J.J. Redick. At the other forward position, Ben Simmons. At the other guard position, Markel Fultz. At center, Joel Embiid. The head coach of the visiting team is Brett Brown. At
Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. This crowd is really ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Magic. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Fultz and Luwawu team together to make the backcourt. And Simmons is out there with Saric. And it's Embiid in at the 5. Yep, it counts. Embiid's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the 76ers. Which is experimenting here, Clark, early in the season, and they're trying to feel which rotations work and which ones don't.
Well, that's normal for coaches to tinker a little bit, especially when you've got new players and you're trying to put together a different team. So you tinker until you find what works for you, and then you look to stay with it. Ideally, you'd like to be set on your rotation probably no later than a fourth of the way through the season.
Just 5 on the clock. Simmons. And he banks in the layup.
Hey, really, you don't have many more options when Simmons is that close to the cup. This guy's just too smart.
Here's Isaac. Offline with his 3.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. And stolen by Fournier.
You know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal.
When Fournier gets going in transition, he's a blur. Hard to stay in front of him when he gets going.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now here's Fultz. And stolen by Fournier. He's looking for Gordon and finds him. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And stolen by Fournier.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Redick against Fournier. Saric has the open look. No good on the 3.
I think that's got to affect your mental game. Missing open shots like that, unacceptable, and it'll probably mess with your head a little bit too.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Redick following the score by Aaron Gordon. It's Redick on the wing. Baden on the double team. Outside, Simmons. Clock at 4. Here's Saric. Again, the miss by Saric. Magic leading by 4. For 3, Fournier scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Really easy to appreciate Isaac, Kevin. A solid teammate who's always ready to share the sugar.
Tipped away. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Simmons on the wing. To end the run, and Simmons slams it in.
When he's sprinting down the court like that to the basket, Simmons is virtually impossible to stop.
Baseline try. Misses off the right iron. The 76ers trail by 5. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Foul on the play, basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And Aaron Gordon, the athletic Aaron Gordon, playing much of last season at the small forward position during Serge Ibaka's short-lived stint in Orlando.
Yeah, and while he was excited to stretch his skill set, pretty clear it was a bad fit, especially in today's NBA. Gordon is a power forward, period. The Magic invested the 4th pick on him in that 14 draft, and they have to give him minutes at his natural position as his game continues to evolve.
Here's Redick. Payton on the double team. It's taken away by Payton. Goes up. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out. Boy, look at how quickly Payton reacts on defense. Superb quickness leading to the steal.
The 76ers trail by 6. Fultz kicks to Saric. Now Simmons. Over in the corner, Fultz. Sinks the three-pointer. Fultz has got 5 now.
Just a tremendous feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Philadelphia with the ball, following the bucket by Orlando. 2 on none, no one back to stop this. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Love the way Vucevic gets his puppies up and down when he runs the floor. This looks like he wants to beat everybody to the basket.
Embiid the screen. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic, and it's Ross in for Isaac. And the 76ers also making a change. Covington's checked in. Now here's Gordon. Markelle Fultz unable to get his last shot to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Payton on the double team. Pass to Redick. Fultz with the ball. Now Payton defending. Fultz kicks to Saric. Lock at 6. Count that bucket.
And you can see how comfortable Embiid is, feeling like nobody can guard him in the paint. And he's right.
Goes up on the wing. Biombo, no luck.
That's what they want. A good look from the mid-range game, hey, but unfortunately they came up empty.
Redick against Fournier. Embiid the screen. And the pass to Covington. Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Shot from the wing. Rebound by the 76ers. Fultz with the ball. He's got 5. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And rarely do you see a team trade out of the first overall pick, but that's exactly what the Celtics did with Fultz. Sixers jumped on the chance to move up, and Fultz matched exactly what they wanted to add to this team.
Mario Hezonja's checked in for the Magic. Simmons comes in for Payton, and then for Philadelphia. Johnson, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Saric, and Stauskas subbed in for J.J. Redick.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Yeah, refusing to give up anything easy. Solid defense, and I like that attitude.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And you know, Greg, for the trade, it wasn't so much a critique of Fultz.
You know, Boston had a playmaker already, and they might not have taken Fultz if they stayed in the #1 spot. And listen, the Sixers were in desperate need of a lead guard, and they got a franchise-caliber one in Fultz.
Now here's Ross. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Yeah, nothing major, not a huge advantage, but certainly a good sign for them going forward.
Here's McConnell. Poke loose. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. .146 left to play in the first. Stolen away. Outside Gordon. That one doesn't go. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. And where the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the 76ers.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Here's Azania. Here's Ross. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The 76ers trail by 5. And here's McConnell looking for his first basket still in this one. And here we go with the Magic fast break.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. And you know, it's clear that Gordon is one of the best dunkers in the game, always looking to bring the thunder.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And so he makes both from the line.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona.
Oh. I love that. Yes, indeedy. Putting on a show. Ross can elevate with the best of them.
Philadelphia has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Holmes passes to McConnell. Here's Stauskas. Back to McConnell. Stolen by Gordon. And Simmons kicks to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Hey, when Biyombo's deep inside, it's fun to watch because you know this guy is going to finish with a flush.
And stolen by Biyombo. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. The lead pushed to double digits. And the Magic lead by 11.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. And Philadelphia making a change here. Anderson dishes to Stauskas. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
And so it's Orlando looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a very convincing performance from the Magic so far.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man. Just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
The 76ers trail by 13. Crosses the 3 with Gordon at the 4. Hezonja is out there with Simmons. And it's Biyombo at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for Orlando. Knocked away. Now here's Gordon. Shoots over Holmes. And it's Gordon missing.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Ross. Now McConnell. Passes to Holmes. And again, Orlando running the court in transition. And yes, it's good. 6 points for Terrence Ross.
And that's a case where the deceptive strength that Ross has helps him score over the defense. You can't afford to take this guy lightly.
Now, here's McConnell. Ross with a steal. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Here's Gordon. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
The 76ers trailed by 19. Clark, as an analyst, do you feel you view the game drastically different from when you were in your playing days in college and the NBA?
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's added to my perspective. And you tend to look at things differently when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Here's Ross. Holmes with the steal. Ross against Anderson. And the foul called on Terrence Ross. That's foul number 2 for him. Isaac's checked in for Orlando. And the 76ers also making a change. Simmons is checked in. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And Terrence Ross, with probably his best season in 2016-17, shot a career high from the field.
And Kevin, I think he can continue to even get better. I mean, with his bounce, I'd like to see him develop the mid-range shot in addition to his ball handling, because that's a little loose. If he tightens the ball handling up, this guy can get to the rim and become a real force offensively.
Alfred Payton, he's checked in for Biombo.
All right, a chance to check out the numbers for Vucevic. He's coming off an excellent season. Came in about 14 points per, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Just 5 to shoot. Johnson can't hit.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you know, as the NBA continues to change, Nikola Vucevic is an interesting case study. He's got the skill level for today's game, but the question is, does he have the mobility? He's not that quick of foot, and that's been problematic for him.
And he makes both free throws. And more than ever before, the NBA requires big men to cover a lot of ground. Vucevic looking to keep up.
Yeah, Vucevic, I think, is really a terrific rebounder and passer, and you can see all of his positives. He can score on the block and make the three-point shot. I think it's just a matter of him consistently tying all of that together.
Orlando with the ball. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played, and Anderson gets it to go.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Oh, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Johnson the screen. Deflects the pass. Here's Korkmaz. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Magic leading by 15. Pass to Isaac. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 6 assists here tonight.
And Isaac, really a big-time player on the interior. When he's near the basket, he's looking to score the ball.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Orlando Magic do have a stacked front court. They've got plenty of size. Head coach Frank Vogel said, in today's small ball NBA, we think we can beat the heck out of teams in the paint. But shooting has been a hindrance, and he conceded he might have to win some games, 68-65. Kevin?
Going against the grain, DA. Thank you. The 76ers trail by 17. Simmons with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Here's Korkmaz. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Magic have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Here's Hazanya. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Even when the defense up on him tight, Hazanya doesn't blink. I mean, excellent concentration from the talented guard.
To the left side wing. Here's Korkmaz. Fires the 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Pass to Hazanya. From the baseline. And Vucevic throws it down.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is one of the most aggressive and best rebounders in the association.
Philadelphia's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And Vucevic throws it down.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And if it doesn't, this is only going to get uglier. I mean, that's no way to defend a player of his caliber.
Embiid with it. Outguarded by Simmons. Dishes it to Fultz. Embiid the screen. And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
The Magic making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. Robert Covington's checked in for the 76ers. Stauskas comes in for Korkmaz. Timeout called the 76ers.
Well, there is a saying now that is pretty accurate. You either sell success or you sell hope. And the process in Philadelphia may have been hard to watch, but it did give their fans hope for a better day.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. The 4th spot held down by Robert Covington.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Fultz with the ball, covered by Payton. Got a piece of it, and out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. And through all the losing, the fans in Philly have been pretty supportive of the Sixers' goals to draft star talent.
Yeah, and you know what? Thousands of fans coming out to watch the draft lottery is an indication of how optimistic and behind the Sixers these fans are. I mean, trust the process has been their rallying cry.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And for a near 7-footer, Isaac is remarkably agile. I mean, he's gazelle-like with his agility, solid at knifing inside, and does a good job driving to the goal.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 7. And there's Sharch on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 4 assists in the game.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Stauskas. He's guarded by Fournier. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. It's good from long range. Fultz has got 10 points in the game.
You know, it's one thing to have a nice stroke, but it's another to understand how to get yourself free outside the arc for your shot. Has a soft, delicate stroke, does Fultz, and it rolls off his fingers nicely.
Here's Covington following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Fultz, no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And, you know, Isaac is a high percentage shooter, takes good shots and makes a good percentage of them, and he's very skilled at getting position to throw it down on you.
Here's Fultz after the Magic pick up 2. To the middle, up off the screen. Here's Payton. Here's Vucevic, and Vucevic throws it down.
Being that Vucevic is a high percentage shooter, especially from the post and mid-range, it's good to see him being aggressive. He's got to be shot hungry because of his high completion rate. So really taking control of the offense here.
Oh, and he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff.
Guys, some pride bubbling up right there. He wasn't about to be outshone.
Now here's Fultz. After the miss from Vucevic, here's Saric, and that one's on target from the wing. Saric has got 5 points in the quarter.
Really like the quick decision-making of Fultz there, Kevin. Excellent at surveying the floor for the open teammate.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And you see Markelle Fultz and how he plays. Wasn't as hyped coming into college, but he changed that tune after one season.
And in that final year, Fultz grew a full 3 inches. I think that helped move him into the elite prospect range. At 6'5", with that 6'10" wingspan, he has the special size that you look for, and really was the lone bright spot on an otherwise underachieving college team.
So for the Magic, Biyombo is checked in for Vucevic. Aaron Gordon comes in for Isaac, and it's Ross in for Hezonja. And then for Philadelphia, Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Saric. Redick comes in for Stauskas, and it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. Philadelphia has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Back to McConnell. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. And Embiid gets it to go.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Biyombo, the pass to Payton. A second chance effort. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The 76ers have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Orlando leading by 18. Here's Payton. Good on the 3-point shot. Payton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
Here's Embiid. Holmes kicks to McConnell. 2 on the clock. Embiid. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for Orlando. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Nikola Vucevic on fire in the first half. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, their sloppy play really surprised me, especially the turnovers. No matter who they had out there, they never seemed to be on the same page. Their only hope is to make every possession count, and that means taking care of the ball.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination. Strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's taken away by Peyton. Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. Redick and Simmons are the 2 and the 3. Embiid is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Fultz in at the 1 spot. Misses the 3. Magic leading by 21. In the post, Clark, you were as polished as they come. I watched it with my own eyes and loved the way you play. Just how important, when you go back to that time, is footwork for a big man in the NBA?
Well, I think it's everything, regardless of what size you are, big or small. Fundamentally sound footwork is essential to being a solid offensive basketball player. And as a guy who played inside and out, it was something I took pride in. And I wasn't the greatest athlete, a decent athlete, so my footwork allowed me to gain an advantage against bigger guys.
And Evan Fournier out of France, an instinctive offensive player, Greg.
Yeah, favorite player growing up was Manu Ginobili, and you can see some similarities in their games. Fournier possesses long-range shooting, but also able to handle and put pressure on the D with the dribble.
They get a hand on it. Simmons on the wing, defended by Gordon. Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Embiid's got 10 points.
And Embiid is not shy now, always going to shoot it when he has space.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position. And, you know, Joel Embiid quickly emerging as one of the league's elite rim protectors. I mean, Coach Brett Brown called him the crown jewel, the centerpiece to their defense.
And Embiid drops them both. And with Embiid's presence now, Clark, opponents shoot a very low percentage around the rim.
Well, the best defensive impact in the league by the numbers, Kevin, and his 7'5" wingspan, a big part of that. Boy, a sluggish, muddy start to this second half. Still scoreless.
And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Here's the screen. And now Isaac running the floor all by himself.
Yeah, those long strides of Isaac, they allow him to get behind the defense and gobble up a lot of ground in the open court.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. Now here's Fultz. 10 points for him. And the call will be against Fournier. That's his first foul. Timeout called the 76ers.
And Jonathan Isaac, a 6'11" small forward out of Florida State. You know, we're seeing more and more players like this with the length of a center and the guard skills. You know, you think of KD, of Brandon Ingram, and now Isaac.
And the story for Jonathan Isaac. As a sophomore in high school, Greg, he stood 6'3" and played guard. He hit a growth spurt, as you can see.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. I think what I notice most is that he's retained not just the perimeter skill, but also the fluidity. I mean, he's light on his feet and really moves well. Remember, there was another guy that was a point guard that had a nice growth spurt. I think his name was Anthony Davis. Here to see some numbers for Peyton. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Now here's Peyton. 7 points in the game. Fournier's shot is off. The 76ers trail by 20. They get a hand on it, and so the ball out of bounds. Fournier last touched it. And a look here at the shot chart for Peyton.
And these sorts of nights can happen. I mean, an extremely rough outing from him in terms of his efficiency. And at this point, the only thing you can hope for is to try to get into some sort of rhythm. Get a couple in a row, try to get to the free throw line, and build some confidence.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And Vucevic is crafty, clever, close to the bucket.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Tipped away. Now the feed to Fultz. Another miss by Philadelphia.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
For 3. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 9 points for Elfrid Payton.
Boy, it's good to see Peyton work on that mid-range jumper. He's put in a lot of time to make that a consistent part of his game.
Here's Fultz. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
And Aaron Gordon, a natural power forward, he was asked to play at small forward last season alongside Serge Ibaka.
And Gordon was willing to try it, Kevin, to his credit, looking to expand his skill set. He's not a shooter right now, and however, with his leaping ability, I think it makes sense to perhaps keep him close to the rim.
Oh!
Man. You give Gordon a chance to get out and run, give him room. I mean, this guy can cover ground in a hurry. You got to close out on him early, or he's going to make you pay for it.
Here's Redick. Outside, Simmons. And there's the pass to Luwawu. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here.
And checking out some numbers here for J.J. Redick. How he did last season. 5th in three-point field goal percentage. And ranked in the top 15 in free throw percentage. Tremendous confidence and technique at the line.
And you said it, top 5 percentage from deep. I don't think last year was an aberration. He's one of the deadliest sharpshooters in the game. Azania, he's checked in for the Magic. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says, you can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
And stolen by Gordon. By himself, and finished off by Hazonia.
Blazing speed in the open floor. Hazonia sprinting well down the court and being rewarded for that effort.
Feeds it to Anderson. Lets it go with a 3. Fournier pulls it down.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those days. Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Sometimes it's just not working for you. Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Ball's knocked loose. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 6 in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Magic?
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
For the Magic, Biyombo checks in for Vucevic, and it's Ross in for Evan Fournier. Then for the 76ers, Robert Covington comes in for Justin Anderson, and it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick. There's the pick. McConnell passes to Covington. The 76ers with another miss. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight, and it's Gordon missing. 76ers shooting the ball at 42%. Right wing. Johnson the screen. Simmons left side. Oh, that's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Korkmaz comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. Johnson with a screen on Simmons. Shot clock at 5. McConnell. Biyombo with the block.
And this is something Biyombo excels in. Timing and blocking shots. Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
No good from Ross. Philadelphia with the ball. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Simmons. Korkmaz passes to Johnson. Johnson draws the double. Here's Korkmaz. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Magic shooting right around 41% from the field in quarter 3.
And Orlando coach Frank Vogel, an assistant coach and advanced scout for about a decade before his first head job with the Pacers, did a terrific job. He helped turn the Pacers into a powerhouse.
And the Pacers made the playoffs 5 out of 6 seasons under Coach Vogel. Conference best 56 wins in 2014.
Yeah, and I was there during some of those wonderful runs. And for many, it was a surprise to see the Pacers look in a different direction. But it is the nature of the business for head coaches, and the former general manager, president with the Pacers, felt like it was just time for a change. So Frank Vogel's in Orlando, has some talented pieces, and now it's just about trying to make those pieces fit.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Absolutely, Greg. I mean, they're getting crushed, killed, hammered, pulverized in the post.
And here are the 76ers now. Kicks to Covington. Knocks it loose and stolen by Gordon. There's the dish to Ross. Shot from 12. And it falls over the rim and in. Ross has got 8 points.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The 76ers shooting about 42% so far. It's Covington on the wing. No good on the triple. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Ross with the slam.
Boy, I like how Gordon dishes the ball. When his teammates are open, he finds them on time and on target.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus. Just make the simple play.
Tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
Biyombo, no luck. Biyombo's gone 1 of 4 from the field. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. So it's Philadelphia now. McConnell kicks to Covington. Misses the 3. The Magic shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%.
And Gordon is a guy who is going to take advantage of these drives to the basket, just feast on them. He's got a killer mindset.
50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And that fourth foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The 76ers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
This summer, a new front office taking over in Orlando after a rebuild effort that stretched back 5 seasons. Magic fans hoping they can get things headed in the right direction now.
And Orlando making a change here. Isaac's checked in. The 76ers also with a sub. Stauskas is checked in for Korkmaz. McConnell kicks to Holmes. He feeds it to Embiid. Back to Holmes. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
The Magic making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Then for the 76ers, Sharch checked in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Fulton for T.J. McConnell. The 76ers shooting a pretty wretched 28% in the third quarter. This offense needs to maybe try some different angles.
And he'll take it right into the teeth of the D without thinking twice about it.
The Magic again can't hit. To the left wing. Inside. 3 seconds left. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And so it's Orlando, ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And meanwhile, Frank Vogel talking to his team.
Look, they can't guard great passing. They're passing the ball great to start. We got to do that for 4 quarters.
Reach and ball movement. Frank Vogel likes what he's seeing so far.
Yeah, and I'd say moving the ball with a purpose. Working the offense, trying to find good shots.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Isaac out there with a flower. Then there's DJ Augustine. Then it's Shelvin Mack. And it's Spates in at the center position. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Augustine. Lays it in off the breakaway.
And aggressive defense causing the mistake, then cashing in.
Yeah, that's a momentum changer for sure. You got to like the steal and the finish at the other end. That's the thing, paying that steal off with the finish.
Here's Fultz with the putback. And Embiid is right there.
No easy chore keeping the 7-footer off the glass. Embiid crashing with intentionality.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Aflalo. And the NBA has had coaches who are as legendary as any player. With that in mind, Clark, who is your pick as the greatest coach of all time?
Man, I can't even begin to have an answer for that one. There's some guys that jump out, though, when you think about that list, who would be on it. Greg Popovich for sure. Phil Jackson would have to be included on that list. Red Auerbach. Chuck Daly for the way he was able to manage his players. Pat Riley, you'd have to consider him as part of being on somebody worthy of that list as well. And I'll even go back a little farther and throw Lenny Wilkins in the mix. I thought he was really good with a number of different teams that he coached.
Mack, no luck.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
It's stolen by Mack. 3-on-3. Here's Isaac. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
to the right side. Embiid against Spates. Here's Fultz. From the top of the key, he buries it. And so here's Orlando. Mack with the ball, now guarded by Fultz. 13 feet away. Isaac misses. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Embiid the screen. Passes it to Šarić. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Orlando, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And Spates gets it to go.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Fultz kicks to Šarić. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
Fultz really sees the floor well, and an efficient guard who shares the ball.
It's deflected. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. It's Šarić, top of the key. He kicks it to Embiid. Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by Aflalo. Embiid wide open. No good from outside. Orlando, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. On its way from Aflalo for 2, but he recovers it.
Well, that was just a terrific shot by Aaron Aflalo. He's making it happen.
Philadelphia's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Vucevic checked in for the Magic. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Luwawu is checked in for Fultz. Embiid with a screen on Augustine. That's tipped. Aflalo outside. To the inside. And it's Vucevic missing. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Pass to Luwawu. Up top, Embiid. Here's Šarić. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Yep, that one goes.
I mean, you got to be honest, though. The transition defense just has been lacking.
Yeah, fast break points all over the place. I mean, at some point, you've got to make the commitment to sprint back and then slow them down and stop the ball.
Here's Luwawu. He's covered by Mack. And there's the foul. It'll go on Shelvin Mack. That's his first foul. Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Mack. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. Richaun Holmes comes in for Šarić. Korkmaz checked in for Justin Anderson. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Nick Stauskas. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Here's Spates. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And wasting no time in transition, really pushing the pace.
And, you know, when the defense doesn't have time to set up, it really does make scoring a lot easier.
And now, in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
And, Greg, defensively, you got to have better floor balance and commitment to hustling back. I mean, you got to sprint back. You can't jog back.
Holmes, good.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Spates. Almost, but it rolls out. 76ers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Johnson the screen. Here's Luwawu. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Goes up on the wing. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got 4 this quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Clark, we've seen a few active players have their own podcast that they produce throughout the season. Think that's a good idea or a bad idea for them?
Again, I'm ambivalent to that because the landscape is so different now with the social media platforms. And I like the fact that players have a chance to control their narrative, their story, through the different social media platforms, the Players Tribune, podcasts. Now, you have to balance that with your responsibilities and obligations to your team, your teammates, and your franchise. And so that's where it becomes a challenge, managing your time effectively and using it wisely. But clearly, players should have the opportunity to be fully engaged people beyond just playing the game.
And for the young players on the Magic, how much tougher is it to develop when a team is continually changing their coaching staff?
Well, Kevin, we've seen it. I mean, when you have multiple turnover, particularly in key front office or coaching positions, that's very difficult for the players. It's disorienting. 4 different coaches in the last 3 years. At some point, you have to set your anchor and sail accordingly.
Holmes, that's a screen to the inside. And there's a foul. It's on Maurice Spates. That is his first foul of the game. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Guard it.
And since 2016, a new front office has taken over in Philadelphia. The new team motto, process to progress. They're looking to turn the corner here.
We've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Orlando's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Afflalo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Clark, when you played, you were the classic power forward. Forwards now are asked to do so much in terms of skill set on the floor. Just how much has that forward position changed in the last few decades?
You know, in some ways, Kevin, it's become a little more specialized. I mean, you have wing players now that fall into that small forward category. But guys between 6'6" and 6'10" now are playing on the wing, which means you've got to be able to move your feet and defend. Versatile players at that position. You've got to be able to handle the ball and make plays ideally, get shots, score the ball, and rebound effectively. So that's always been, I thought, the 2 and 3 positions, which are wings now. Those positions are the most demanding in the league in terms of both sides of the ball. The power forward position has become somewhat like that now because of the size and versatility and skill set of so many of those bigger players. But I think the demands are pretty much the same. The one thing that changed is the fact that you have to play out on the floor more and in space, which means you've got to be a little more athletic if you're going to be part of a small ball lineup.
Well, Orlando shooting it brilliantly here lately, 60% from the field.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Orlando.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
and asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against Philadelphia.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Vucevic.
And, you know, he was really important today. Integral, taking and making shots time and time again.
27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Holmes sets a screen. McConnell kicks to Johnson. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Orlando with the ball. Here's Afflalo. Second chance shot. No good from Spates. McConnell with it. Ball's knocked loose. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Oh, man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Elfrid. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.